Hey, Tony guys here popping in. Y'all gotta forgive me now. Ain't too long ago. Got up. Old shirt behind me here that I might have to wear tonight to my Japanese restaurant. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. God bless you. Praying for you. I'm headed out to get a Mother's Day breakfast, and then we got a Mother's Day lunch later. Oh wow, Mother's Day lunch in 3 hours. They ain't gonna be hungry. Then we got a Mother's Day dinner at 8 p.m. And I had 2 Mother's Day events for my wife on Saturday and 2 Mother's Day events for my wife on Friday. So I just decided, it had been on my heart for a couple weeks, to just celebrate the whole weekend for Mother's Day, just because whenever we get a chance to celebrate somebody, we ought to the best of our ability, to the fullest extent. And you gotta live, in the moment, in the sense of, you can't worry about tomorrow. Next weekend I have my boys program that I'm building them guys and developing them, and we probably $7,000 short for the trip. And so I fundraise every day and I donate and give money, but at the same time, it's like I can't take and tell my wife, hey, I'm not gonna take you out to eat because I gotta do for these boys. Because of course she do more for me than anybody. And so I have to be able to live in the moment and say, okay, Lord, I'm gonna take care of my wife, which is my first ministry, and I'm gonna trust that you're gonna bless and move on the behalf of where I'm trying to give. And I had a multi-millionaire earlier this year have donated, but the thing about it is, what people don't understand is, when you could have multi-millionaires, but they have to give to every single person they know. So if I get $30,000, you got to remember that multi-millionaire knows 100 other people, and then knows another 1,000 that don't know him or her. And so one time we had one ignorant lady in the comments talking about, Tony, multi-millionaire, why you just don't get the money from them? And then she wasn't thinking about, I do get money from them, but they have to donate to 100 different people, because you can't put all your eggs in one basket, and it's also against the law to be over a certain percentage of a person's fundraising, because that's when you can get into like money laundering and all of the other little nonsensical things that's out there. And so one thing I've learned is to trust God. You just trust him every day and every step of the way, and you trust that he'll meet your needs. And it never fails. Every time the Lord blesses something, even if it's where he give me an idea, and it may be a for-profit idea where I may be selling myself. I may be leveraging myself by doing consulting or ghostwriting or something of the sort. And I have to leverage me for the boys program, for my nonprofit, for the single parents program, for whatever program it may be that we are focusing on at that time, where I may have to run a course sale. So all this week I will sell my courses at a steeply discounted rate, and then take all that money and give that to the boys, because my bills paid, I'm taken care of. So I've created assets that could benefit other people. So I say that to say is sometimes we talk to God and we praying, but you got to remember is we also got to work. And so I will pray, but I don't pray and just fold my arms. And you talking to God and you're like, Lord, I need more money. Lord, I need more money. This job ain't paying enough. And God saying, well, you know how to bake. Why aren't you baking? Like, bake and give me something to bless. You know how to create. You in the fashion. You got a t-shirt idea. Why not spend your last dollar and create your t-shirt idea and give me something to bless? You know every friend that you walk up to with that t-shirt gonna buy it. So you sitting with a scarcity mindset and saying, I only got $1,000. Why would I take and create a t-shirt line and all I got is $1,000? And the Lord saying, yeah, that $1,000 can become $2,500 because everybody you know gonna buy a t-shirt. Why not make 5 red velvets and sell them for $20, $25 to all your friends? Boom, you done made the money right there. That ain't cost them but $20 worth of cake batter. And now you done turned $20 into $125 in one day. Now do that every Saturday. The same 5 people might buy a cake every week. And so cast the net on the right side of the boat. That's the parable from the Bible when Jesus went out there. I don't know who it was. I can't remember if it was John the Baptist or who it was on the boat. Peter or somebody. And they had been fishing all day and they hadn't caught nothing. And Jesus got there with them. They were like, man, listen, man, we do this all the time. What is you talking about? We do this all the time. You come telling us to do this, do that. You don't know how to fish. And Jesus say cast that net on the right side of the boat. And then boom, they put it on the right side of the boat. They caught so many fish, they couldn't even pull the fish up in the boat. They just had to ride on in. They had to let the fish pull them in. Fish was swimming in the net. Pull them in. All them fish that the Lord made happen. And so, and the thing about it is you can't worry about how basic it seems, how idiotic it seems, how whatever it seems. You can't worry about that. Like a lot of times, people get caught up, oh, people gonna think this, people gonna think this. Man, listen. My wife taught me that because I had a lot of pride. And so I ain't want to send emails to my mailing list and say, hey, courses is 50% off, courses 70% off. Because I'm like, I want to be a blessing. And at the same time, this how I feed my family off of my mind, my intellectual property. But I'm like, but I don't want to sell. I don't want to do no sales. My wife told me, she said, you can't worry about that. Can't worry about what people think. Can't worry about it. People like, oh, Tony running a sale, he must be broke. Like, you can't worry about that. Like, cause as long as you know what's the truth. She said, I get so many emails from every store that I done ever bought something from. You think they care about how I feel when they do their email marketing? I said, no. She said, exactly. She said, if somebody is that bitter, that selfish, that ignorant, all they got to do is click the unsubscribe button. She said, that ain't the type of person you want on your list anyways. I say, man, I said, Lord, thank you for my help me. Because of her, she has helped a lot of people. A lot of people. And then, so I'll be in my head thinking like, man, it's going to look bad. I'm giving away this course for this cheap. Right now, I got a course I mean, the courses, I don't know, they 70% off, I think. And the coupon code is MOM. And for Mother's Day, I said, man, it's gonna look bad, because I remember hearing somebody say, oh, if somebody give away something for 70% off, that means that's all it's worth. But for me, that's not true. It's worth millions of dollars, because it has earned me millions of dollars, the knowledge I'm giving away. But I give like that because I can, because it's intellectual property and it's digital. It only took me a few hours to create the course. Although it took me years to get the knowledge, it took me a few hours to create the course. So I can't sit and act like, you know, it was the craziest, hardest thing in the world, because I didn't really feel the pain. I didn't really feel the stress and the struggle of getting the knowledge, because I didn't see it as that. I saw it as a gain. I saw it as, you know, I'm getting better, I'm growing. And so every holiday, and it's almost a holiday every week. Almost every week it's a holiday. And I just take and I say, okay, I'm gonna take. And so it was my son's birthday. Boom. I run me a little something for my son's birthday. Look at this, a mom and her 3 kids and her husband. Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta pick up Tatum homework out my wife friend mailbox. So I pick up my wife, pick up Tatum homework out her friend mailbox. Dad over there, old fit dad too, muscular. I guess he be seeing my homeboy over here. He fit too. They be having workout battles. Now I got to head to get the breakfast. First watch. Just all in the day of the life. It's all in the day of the life. I think I'm supposed to go to the next stop. I ain't hit it. So I might have to end this video and come on back and add to it.